Well, good morning, multimedia. Here's that final race scene in the movie we watched last week, Dreamer. And we are using Dreamer, of course, to understand the process of movie making, the basics of it. We're going to be going into production with Adobe Premiere Pro. And so we just want to learn some of the fundamental skills that are used to make a movie. This particular one is great. It's got a great 3-act structure, great camera work, and just all around, just a real good, solid movie, fun to watch, and then kind of fun to analyze too. And so what I thought we'd do was go through and first of all, just take a look at some of the mistakes that were made, some of the things that we could look at and probably didn't notice when you were watching the movie, because if you get wrapped up in the story, it doesn't really matter that much. And so the first place we'll go to is somewhere around 15 minutes into the video. I'll see if I can find this for you here. And it has to do with the pickup truck hauling the trailer when Ben decides he buys the dead horse. He's bringing the horse home in the rain, and so this pickup truck moves into the scene in his farmyard there. And so we'll take a look there. At one point you can see that there's not a trailer, and then there is a trailer. So let's see if we can find that here. I think it was about 16 minutes here. Let's see.
Like everybody else. You're paying me.
All right, so you buy the horse. Here we go. There's the pickup coming in, and right there you can see no trailer attached. Let's take a look at that again. Play that again. Okay, here comes the pickup truck. No trailer attached. Next scene, opening barn door. And there's the trailer attached to the pickup right there. So in the world of movie making, they would call that continuity, where you have the same thing happening from one scene to the next scene. If you're in a particular scene and you have a shot and there is should be a trailer attached, and you want to make sure that if you go from one scene to the other, that the pickup truck has a trailer still attached to it. Continuity would have to do with how your actors would look too. Within a particular scene, you want to make sure their hair stays the same. You would want to make sure that if they have their arms a certain way, if their arms are folded or their hands are folded together, that if it goes from one scene or from one camera shot to another camera shot, that they're in the same position. And so that's continuity. Let's take a look at this scene where Kale brings her dad the lemonade. Brings her that lemonade, and we'll take a look at that real quickly here and talk about that. So he's going to grab this lemonade, set it down. She sets it down on his toolbox. Looks like it's about a couple feet off the ground. And then about 30 seconds later, he's going to come over and he's going to take a drink. And so you want to pay attention that when he reaches for it with his left hand, it appears that the lemonade is only about a foot away from him. It's coming up here. He's going to look over. Well, I think it's right here. There he goes. There he goes. Going over, and without even bending at all, the lemonade is right there. So they clearly set up a table there for this particular shot within this scene so that the lemonade is closer, and I'm sure they did that because it would just make it a whole lot easier than to have your actor bend down to pick up that lemonade only 2 feet off the ground. In just a minute, I just noticed this right here. We're going to talk about this. That's a trailer hitch there. There's a trailer in the background. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Pay attention to that. Keep that in the back of your mind. But let's finish up the lemonade and watch again. Oh, yeah, there you go. Takes a drink, and boom. He sets it down, and it looks like it's down at waist level. So, there you go. next up, let's take a look at this little trailer scene here. So we saw that there was now there's no trailer. See that? There was a trailer, and now there's no trailer. We saw it because we know there was a trailer hitch there, but let's see if there's a big picture of that trailer. Let's see. She gets the wire. Keep going too far here. No trailer. No trailer. Maybe a trailer back there. No trailer. So he moved down to the fence post. Clearly, let me see if I can capture that there. There's the trailer. No trailer. No trailer. Trailer. And the trailer's gone. So there's another issue. They probably went to lunch, came back, and finished this part of the scene. Who knows? Trailer's gone for some reason. Maybe it was the next day. In any case, it's missing. Let's look at this particular scene and look at matching action and the clean exit and clean entrance. And let's start with matching action with the lemonade scene. He reaches over to grab that. So you got to remember, one camera, there he goes. He's going for the lemonade in this particular shot. It's the same scene, but different shots. So, and there's the lemonade, and then in the very next scene, not the next scene, but in the next shot within that scene, he's going to be lifting this lemonade up. And so in the next shot, you have to make sure that that action is continuous. So it gives the illusion that it all happened at the same time. Remember, the movie making is an illusion of reality. And so the actors do the same thing over and over again, and you have to make sure that they do it the same way. And then when the editor is putting the movie together, they need to pay attention to where a particular actor's, in this case, where their arm is and the prop here, the lemonade, and where it is. So let's watch this here. So you're going to see this continuous, so it's getting close to his mouth, and there. And it looks like it might be off just a little bit, actually. Wish I could. I can't move this with my arrow keys, but look at the distance away from his mouth here. Let's watch that. And let's go back. Let's look at it one more time and see how well they did. There it is. And right there. See, it was already in his mouth. I hadn't noticed that before. So, for whatever reason, looks like they didn't quite get it. Here we go. Get your lemonade bin. And oh, there it is. It was already in his mouth. Now he hasn't even opened his mouth yet. So there you go. Matching action. So once again, do you notice it when you're watching the movie? No, but it's fun to try to get it right, and that's what we will work on. Those of you that saw the Cheeto movie, we could probably look at that again with Christian from last year. And so you just spend a lot of time doing that. And we're going to be doing that in class. And you'll see we have to move the camera. We have to have the actors do the same thing over and over again. A lot of work, but a lot of fun. And then when you start editing, it's really a lot of fun to put the magic together and just make it look real. Let's see. One last thing here. We'll take a look at clean exit and entrance. And this has to do with, we need to go back to that little scene with the wire. She starts to leave. And so a clean entrance is when the actor is not in the screen and they walk into the screen either from the left side of the screen or the right side of the screen. And then the clean exit is when they just about leave completely before moving to the next scene. All right, so he asks her to go and pick up the wire. And you'll see that she pretty much leaves the screen from the right side here. There she goes, and she's off screen. As soon as she's off screen, it cuts away. This is known as a cutaway shot. cuts away to the wire that she's going to pick up, and she's going to make a clean entrance. And in movie making, this allows you to not have to worry about what that actor is doing right now. So we don't really know how far away she is. And so we can save a lot of time. We don't have to show her walking all the way over to the wire. We can just have her walk off the screen, cut away to something, in this case the wire, and then all of a sudden you have this clean entrance, and she enters it, and we don't even think about it. We don't know really how far away that little spool of wire is, and it just seems to, it feels natural. So a cutaway shot allows a lot of flexibility when you're editing. You always want to keep the action moving. So there she is, the clean entrance. She goes down, picks up the wire, and once again she's off screen again. We don't know how far away she is. And then in editing, there she is. We can have her climb the fence, do whatever we want, and it seems believable. So that's the clean entrance and the clean exit. And so that'll do it for this video. And so I'm going to have an assignment for you. We're going to take a look at some wedding video that I did years and years ago. And it'll be an opportunity to give you some practice in matching action and a clean entrance and a clean exit. And so we'll get started on that in our next video.